Welcome to the C-Suite at the Open video series with the TMX Group. I'm Burke Suman, Head of Company Services based in Calgary. Joining us today also from Calgary is Jason Bednar, CFO of Canacol Energy, ticker CNE on the TSX. Jason, welcome. Great to have you.
Thank you, Burke, and thank you to the TSX Group for having me.
So Canacol is the largest independent natural gas producer in Colombia. Maybe you could begin by telling us about the advantages of operating in Colombia and the current energy market dynamics in the country.
Sure. So 90+% of Colombian natural gas production is produced by the state-owned company being Ecopetrol and Canacol, with Canacol currently producing approximately 20% of the country's natural gas supply. Historically, Ecopetrol's natural gas production has come from 3 mature fields, which are now in a 15 to 20% annual decline. This has led to a precipitous drop of the country's proven gas reserves, which were nearly 6 TCF in 2012, and at the end of 2019 stood only at 3.1 TCF. Against this backdrop, Canacol has grown its reserve base by a compound annual growth rate of 33% since our entry into the gas market in 2012. These market dynamics have also allowed Canacol's gas to be sold in country at very attractive and stable prices, averaging between $4.50 and $5 US per MCF, which is considerably higher than North American natural gas.
And I think Colombia plans to also use more natural gas to meet its Paris Agreement CO2 target, which I think positions Canacol very well within that context. Speaking of your growth strategy, can you talk to how your assets and infrastructure are strategically located to support this growth?
Certainly. Our natural gas assets are strategically located near the Caribbean coast of Colombia and, importantly, the main industrial and shipping hubs of Cartagena and Barranquilla, and are connected to pipeline infrastructure to deliver to these cities. A significant portion of our gas is used by industry and thermoelectric producers to feed the Caribbean coast power needs. Of course, natural gas is much more environmentally friendly than many historical ways of generating energy, such as coal or oil. We have a large land position of approximately 1.5 million net acres, encompassing 162 prospects and leads, which we will actively drill over the next decade plus. It's important to note that approximately 80% of our gas sales are long-term fixed-price US dollar denominated contracts, which locks in advantageous pricing for Canacol and helps avoid the price volatility seen in other markets worldwide. Correspondingly, we've been able to maintain about an 80% margin on our gas business. We're very well capitalized with low debt ratios, which has allowed us to be very active explorers, and our success rate on exploration wells is 83%. In addition to feeding the local coastal market, we are also working with third parties to construct a lucrative pipeline to the interior of the country to cities like Medellin, which would allow us to increase our gas sales by greater than 50% by the year 2024.
Jason, you talked about natural gas being more environmentally friendly, and we know that Canacol's natural gas is going to displace high GHG emitting energy sources in Colombia. I think this makes for a compelling ESG story. Can you speak to how Canacol is a leader in operating sustainably?
Sure. At Canacol, we're leading the change by supporting Colombia's energy transition towards renewable resources and the country's Paris Agreement pledge to reduce its carbon emissions by 51% by 2030. We have committed our production to meet the demand for natural gas, becoming the largest independent gas producer in the country, and also improving the quality of life for millions of Colombians in a safe, efficient, cost-effective way. Since 2017, we have increased our natural gas production by more than 100%, while at the same time we have reduced our carbon emissions intensity by 28%. We also target emissions reduction by sponsoring social assistance programs in our neighboring communities, such as the formation of a local utility gas distribution network to replace firewood with natural gas, obviously a much more cleaner and safer cooking fuel for local communities. Being resilient has never been more important, and companies must step up by bringing innovative results for the challenges the world faces while responding efficiently to a more demanding society. Therefore, one of our 4 corporate objectives in 2021 is to continue strengthening our environmental, social, and governance strategy and reporting with the purpose of improving the corporation's ESG performance. To accomplish this objective, we are focused on 4 priorities. The first is to deliver a cleaner energy future by distributing natural gas under the highest environmental and operational efficiency standards. Secondly, to guide a committed team by maintaining best-in-class health and safety practices and promote an inclusive culture. Thirdly, our goal is to maintain a transparent and ethical business creed by adopting best practices, encouraging respect for human rights, and ensure ethics and integrity in everything we do. Lastly, we have developed a mandate guided by sustainable development, promoting and maintaining close and transparent relationships that guarantee our communities' quality of life.
I think that's a very relevant focus, Jason, especially in a period where investment dollars are continuing to flow to investments that have some sort of ESG components. Finally, what does the TSX listing mean to Canacol?
Yeah, I think it gives shareholders confidence in the company by being listed on Canada's premier exchange, and certainly one of the premier exchanges in the world, especially for the resource sector. The TSX listing also increases our profile, not only with Canadian investors, but investors worldwide. Lastly, the listing also gives us access to capital markets, as well as access to world-class energy research residing here in Canada, with BMO and Scotia coming to mind on that front, along with Mackie and 8 Capital, all who cover us.
Jason, thank you for your time today. I'm looking forward to seeing the Canacol story develop this year and beyond.
Thank you, Burke. I appreciate your time.